kids. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you with us. Let's get some music here going. Nice. Today is day 3 of working on composite design pattern. Today we're wrapping it up. I think we're going to get it all done today. We have some big problems to solve. Rory Becker will be here guiding us with his infinite wisdom in about an hour. Until then, we're on our own, ready to go crazy, and we'll be running the show like this. I just did a Windows update about an hour or so ago, and afterwards noticed some software not working or needing an update, so I downloaded an update to the NDI virtual input system. And also noticed a problem with my Stream Deck software hanging for a while. Restarting it didn't seem to stop that from happening. That's this software right here. Not sure if it's related to the update or not. Not sure if I'll, what's in store, if that's going to just fix itself, as often a lot of problems do. But we'll see what happens with it. I think I've got the keyboard cam running here as well. Let me switch to that view so we can see that. And I added some diagnostics to the Fanfare app and the app that's switching and changing fanfares. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe we'll be able to find more data and figure out why that's dying there. What else? Last night I did a little bit of, I just added one more,
American Bushwhacker.
Here, let's do a wild magic check here. I added one more exit for the dice that I really like. You'll see it here in a second. Here it comes. Kind of this crumbling dust explosion kind of thing, which I like. I like the effect. Here's a change it to wild magic. Nice. The wild magic roll. So yeah, we're doing
From the flumps.
we're doing some special effects here. Right there. Yeah, I kind of like it. Sex Positive's with us. And notice, by the way, immediately we have no, we're not getting a fanfare for Sex Positive. No fanfare. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day and Mark Miller may need gift ideas. Yeah, I don't know, baby. You took my Valentine's Day date away from me. Away. And I got the 12th today. I think tomorrow is our anniversary. And I wanted to take you out on a date, and you were like, but we have friends. Yeah, there you go, Rory. I need me some peacock. This is a family show, honey. All right, let's see what's going with our fanfares. Why aren't we getting anything in the fanfares? Any events coming over here? Let's go to Mr. Announcer Bot. On message received. Let's set a breakpoint right here. Let's see if I can send a message. Oh yeah, 13 years tomorrow. Just gonna send the number 1 out. Yep, we are dead. Dead. Already at the beginning of the show. Usually this lasts much longer. Fanfare, Peacock Fanfare. Well, we're gonna try fixing it first. So let's try switching over to our event reset scene. Should get us in a breakpoint. Wait, did not get that breakpoint on the event reset. Yeah, I noticed this debugger break sometimes does not seem to kick in. Let's double check it. Go to players and back over to event reset. Really? What about that? Wow. So now my OBS events are also apparently not firing, which we haven't seen before. All right, so now I'm thinking we got to do a full reset. There's nothing I can do to diagnose this at this point. Yeah, I wonder if I got breakpoints. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to restart it. That's what I think we're gonna have to do. All right, let's try it. Shut that down. Shut that down. Kill every instance of Chrome. What's interesting is the OBS events were not coming across. What's happening now? Wow, this is taking a while. Responsiveness is slow here. And yet my overall CPU usage is less than 60%. Okay, there we go. Killed the Chrome. Start it up. Try one more time here. Here it comes. Starting up. There we go. That one's done. Loading. Let's start up the D&D app. Let's refresh the overlays. Waiting for these scroll bars to go away. Oh, we got a breakpoint. Connect OBS. Okay, cool. So confirm that we're connecting to OBS. Although I did not check to see if we had exceptions here or here. Let me switch back and see if I can get to that other breakpoint. No. Yeah. So kind of interesting. CPU usage, 70%. I come in to do the refresh, and it just is not refreshing. These scroll bars are just sitting here after I hit the refresh button on it. They should go away. I'm at a breakpoint. I might be at a breakpoint. Oh yeah, I'm at a breakpoint. Hold on. Scene changed. Okay, we did get over here. And we got here. Okay. And we got there. Good, 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 good. All right. Okay. That explains why this was taking so long. Let's try one more time on the refresh there. Yeah, the amount of time it takes for this thing to refresh is different. It can go from like 3 seconds, 1 or 2 seconds, to like a minute. And it's not clear to me what's causing that. That doesn't make sense. Similarly, the die roller is in a state where refreshing is. This thing also needs to move away at some point in time. Let's go to the Dragon back overlay. We'll refresh that as well. Get rid of the scroll bar, or get rid of the scroll at least. All right. So we got some. As long as you see these scroll bars in the live stream, that means these overlays are refreshing and waiting for themselves to fully load. Drone game. Refresh that. As long as we're just throwing everything at the system. That kills our music temporarily while we wait for that to go. Yeah, so this process is like a several minute process of resetting everything. So all the more painful when it goes down. It's stopping working usually happens about an hour into the show is what it usually does. For some reason, that's not what happened today. It seems today at the very beginning it shut down, requiring a restart. Yeah, let me try this. Let me shut these down. Shut down the overlay on the back. I'm going to turn just all of these off here. And work only on the drone game. Get that one going at least. Do a refresh of that one. Try one more time here. Okay, no scroll bars on it, indicating that it's essentially loaded. Let's test that theory by sending it some music. Is it working? I sent the music command, but I don't hear music coming in. Oh, we're at a breakpoint. Message received. Sweet. Still don't hear the music though. There's a on command received, I think. On command. It's music. So we didn't get out here. It wasn't a bot command. Where's music? Where's my music command? Is that in the other? That might be in the other. in the other app. The other, let's go look over here. Let's do this actually. Let's look for music. Yeah, it's over in background worker. New chat command music. And we're just sending that over, sending that right over here when we send it. So if we set a breakpoint here, we should be able to see that music command coming through. Not see, oh yeah, there it is right there. Just run it once. So it's definitely going through. I want to come back into the drone game and refresh it one more time. Feels like that should have gone through. One more time, music. Run, go into the client out there. And now it works. Wow. All right. Gradually, let's bring every other piece coming back in again. Sex positive, if you're still there, say something. Let's see what happens. .3D dice. Refreshing that. And now let's see, how quickly does this go away? There you go. Here's your fanfare. In the house. Excellent. Yeah, super disheartening. The load times of these. Sometimes those scroll bars go away quickly, and sometimes they don't. Gotta welcome. Phew, says Sex Positive. What are you working on, baby? Uh-oh. It's Michael Jolly.
Michael
That's our
Jolly.
taco friend, Michael Jolly.
house.
Here he comes. Look out, look out. No, 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 no. Oh, Michael. Every time you just get me. Every time. Let's go see. What are we doing here? The Dragon Back overlay. Let's get that one. That's our last one we have to do. Is that true or no? The front overlay, the back overlay, the 3D dice. Where are you, 3D dice? Die roller. Is it just not visible? Oh, I've turned it off. That's why. Okay. Writing a letter recommendation, but about to go teach music. Okay. Do you, same things happen to Mark when he doesn't take out the trash. Yeah, I got to take out the trash. Wait, worship music is stopped as if we're at a breakpoint. I don't see that we're at a breakpoint though. What? Why? What is happening? Come on. Do I not have the drone game on? No, the drone game is right there. I see it. Curious. Can I drop anything? And I've lost commands. Hold on. Are we going to get here at all now? Let's set a breakpoint here again. Hit the music command. We are getting here. Hub clients all execute command. All right. I don't know if we can step into that. Probably not. Okay. Yeah. That's it. So we're sending it out. Let's go into Actually, let's go into connection.ts. And look at execute command. Set a breakpoint here. Okay, we've done that. That's in the back overlay right here. What I should really do is change this to the drone game. Is that what it's called? Is that going to work? No. What's it called? Oh, we got some music all of a sudden. Drone overlay is what it's called. So now with this loading, this breakpoint should hit when the drone overlay gets a command. And this page is muted. Still waiting on the load to complete. Pre-K music, says Exposito. I'm going to try, I'm going to hit initialize player data over on this to see if I can get rid of this floating text here. Here goes initialize player data. See if the floating text goes away here. What's also interesting is the back overlay looks like it's not aligned correctly. Interesting. So two of them went away. The dice roller did not, indicating the dice roller loading was not incomplete. Also, look at how long this is taking to complete. What do you want to bet that if I stop this and refresh it, it just loads up in like 20 seconds? Let's try it. A little less. No. Let's try, well, you know, while we're pushing everything, let's try a refresh over here again. No scroll bars that time. Let's see if we can get it to connect. If I click on initialize player data, see, we're looking to see if this dice roller is waiting for player data to be initialized. That text right there to be to go away. Nope. And if I come up here, inspect it. This is interesting. So Dragon Game is not defined inside of Drone Overlay. Let's add that so we don't have that error at least. I'd like to be free of errors on this. Save that, come back out over here, refresh it. Yeah, it's like I hit X and one more time, X and refresh. I'm expecting console to completely clear itself. Try hard reload. Not sure where that's coming from. Interesting, the old one was still loading. We saw console messages that were still loading up. Yeah, all of these in sync too is also crazy to me. It's like, what is going on? It's doing background loading as it's coming in here, but that background loading is independent of the main loading of this piece that's happening here. I feel like, let's see, normalizing code rush hub to HT signal R. And the music starts. Like, what is happening? Yeah, that's crazy to me. Why is it taking so long? Where is it? And I'm not sure how to find this. I've gone in here and I've clicked on performance in the hopes of being able to get a sense of what's happening during this load. Why won't it finish the load? And the results of this, to be honest, and to be fair, I've never been trained in this, so I'm just going into the UI for the first time. We just profiled for a few seconds there, and I was like expecting, well, here's where the code is. But I don't have a strong sense of that as I go through and look at this right here. Like here, this is animation frame fired, that it took 134.17 milliseconds. This is 133 milliseconds. That's nothing, right? And like, I'm not getting this. I don't understand how to read this. Warning, recurring handler took. What is that? You know, the other thing, I think the way I'd like to do this is we don't start drawing animation until we're done loading. How will we know we're done loading? Let's see if we can learn this. Yeah, I don't know. That's not feeling super helpful there. Yikes, this is not good. When I say not good, I've got 75 people asking this question, and all of these answers down here have like almost 0 votes for them. Well, looks like it's a ready event, is what it is. Document.ready. That's with jQuery, which I'm not using. Is there a ready event? That looks like it's jQuery only. Just putting it down at the end of the body. Okay. So we basically got a call to signal R. Now it's finally finished loading. I want to see what this right here is. Warning. Recurring handler. I kind of am feeling like we're requesting the animation frame too soon. That's kind of what I'm thinking is the issue here. Let's go look at drone main.js. Take a look at that. Yeah, we're running request animation frame like here. Do you like AI? Kind of. I haven't really worked with it. Ornong Live 3. You made AI generated TVs. That are made out of AI generated TVs. When you say TVs, you mean like a television? Oh, are we going to get in trouble? Yep. Well, that's fun. Like it. Yeah, it's super fun. Yeah, no, I get it. The TVs are high res. Like, this is, I'm as far in as I can zoom. I can kind of fake it by going even higher. Yeah, it's super cool. That's cool. So you've got some AI visual processing, it sounds like. Looking for the TV and then building a new TV out of it using the TVs. That's super fun. Cool. I like it. Yeah, my concern is in my theory right now, all the TVs are AI generated. Wait, all of them? Oh, really? Now I have to go take a second look. That's kind of fun. I like it. So, how did you get the data you needed to generate all of these? I assume you fed it sample photos, and based on the photos, it came and generated some sample TVs. How many photos did you start off with? How did you train it? That's my question. All right, back over here, request animation frame. I'm thinking I use the general train model of StyleGAN, which I am not familiar with, and mutated televisions, the general train model. That's impressive. Stunning. I didn't know about this. This image does not, this person does not exist. That's awesome. The timeline of human image synthesis. Super cool. Yeah, very cool stuff. I love it. 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 Okay, active drone game run. I think my problem is kind of feeling like here. I feel like we need to start at the right time. We need to wait. And I'm not sure. My knowledge is not deep enough to know exactly how to fix this. Is kind of the problem I'm at. Let's see if we're still getting our events over in our overlays. We still got a breakpoint here. Where were we? This is where I made changes, but not necessarily where I was. Here we go. Execute command. Oh, that's down low. We're back over here. I'm just going to drag this off to the other monitor. So this one's loaded. The execute command is there. Are we working now? If I do a like a volume up, am I going to get a breakpoint here? It says I'm stopped in the debugger. There it is. I'm actually there at the breakpoint. Okay. Let's clear my breakpoint. All right. Yeah. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. A little frustrating trying to find it. All right, let's get into what we said we were going to do today, shall we? D&D map spike. Opening that up. Show you where we left off yesterday. It's not bad in terms of functionality. It was we're making a few changes, not really complex code changes that we're making, and we're getting big payoffs for those changes. Yep, Fred says big payoffs. We'll move that over there. Yeah, interesting. So I'm like starting up right now and noticing a little bit of delays even in Visual Studio coming in. Let's bring it over here. All since my Windows update this morning. We'll see how we get here. Here we go. Let's start this. We'll run it. Let's see what we're doing. Waiting for the app to start up. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, since the Windows update this morning, noticed a number of things are slower than they were before the update. Hopefully that'll all settle down by the time we're done, by the time I restart. We were working on wall sconces yesterday. We had dropped down these wall sconces and we were demonstrating that we had just finished adding support for undo and redo with alignment and distribution. So there I've done those two, and then Control Z, Control Z, Control Shift Z to redo, like that. Undo, undo, redo, redo. So all of that's working. I've got my rotate, rotating, 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 undo, 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 undo. So now we're getting close to the hard stuff. We want to get to, as an ease into the hard stuff, I'm going to work on send to back, send to front, bring to front. These two, get these working with undo and redo. And then we're going to go work on, I think, delete. What happens when I delete a bunch of items and then we undo the deletion, which means we're going to need to recreate with the exact same GUIDs they had before so that the other undo mechanisms can work and interact with those. And then similar to delete, we need to support adding. So if I come in here and say I want to add a new item like this, so I add the item and I make some changes to it, this sort of thing. And now I want to undo, and then we'll undo one more time, or actually here, and then undo one more time to delete it. And at that point, then redo, I need to be able to add that same item down so that my other redo and undo elements can go modify it and work with it. So that we're going to work on today. We need to be able to support deleting and re-adding essentially the exact same item as far as undo and redo are concerned. Undo and redo, we looked at some of that, but they are working with essentially a list of GUIDs and matching those GUIDs to some particular value. That's what's happening there. That's with the base stamp absolute value command. And we want to create a new descent into this. We created, I think, just one descent into this. Is that right? Yeah. I'm not happy with this Windows update. Like, I'm seeing perf issues, and yet my CPU, like, things are taking a while, and yet CPU usage is low. Like, what has happened? All right. So these are descendants of it. So basically, we're dealing with alignment or distribution, contrast changes, hue changes, lightness, saturation, and scale changes. All of these are descendants of the base stamp absolute value command class we created. We need to create one more descendant. This is for our Z order. So let's go ahead and we'll close down the app. Create a descendant of this. And we're going to call this the Z order command, like that. And oops, I want to call that Z order command, like that. Let's actually look at some of the descendants of this and see what their implementations look like. Here's hue change command. Yeah, I basically need these, something along these lines up in here, in this space. So prepare for execution. We are going to save the Z order. And activate redo. We're going to set the Z order.
Exactly.
And then we're going to set it here when we do the undo. We do the same kind of thing here. Okay. That may be all we need. And let's go look at where we're changing the Z order in our main app. Okay, here we go. Add stamps reroutes to map.add stamps. Okay, part of my concern here, my hesitation is that the stamps layer is a UI-centric high-level class, and down below in our commands for undo and redo, it has no knowledge of these. But I'm pretty sure all of these are routing through to the map, every single one. So I'm going to now take this, I'm going to do remove all stamps, and I'm just going to basically change this to the map. That should work. Sort stamps by Z order is just rerouting to the map as well. That was some of the code we did, I think, last week for this, and same thing with add stamps. We're just going to do this. So now we've got low-level manipulation going on. That may also mean that these, this is no longer called by anybody. Oh no, wait, it's called, well, it's called send it back, but we're going to change that in a second. Actually, everywhere this is called, we can change this to just map. Right up here, we're at the high level. Map. Map. Yeah, I'm noticing it's a little slower. All right, we're not using remove all stamps anymore. We can get rid of it. Add stamps, we're not using anymore. We can get rid of it. Insert stamps, we're using here. Map. Go back, where else? Just using tab, hitting the tab key here. Not using it anymore, we can get rid of it. Get stamp at. Let's see, do we need that? Let's worry about, what's the other one we have? What is it? Insert stamp. Not using it anymore. Remove stamp. Not using it anymore. Sweet. So we're getting all this stuff that this stuff used to have data here in the stamps layer. We moved it down to the map. We changed all of these methods to simply go reroute to the map property that the stamps layer had. Now I'm just cleaning it up. I'm just looking to see where is add stamp being used. Just can change this to the map too. We've got a map reference here. And I think also it's fair to say sort stamps by Z order is also, we can clean up similarly. Okay, and now we're here and here. And let's look at add stamp now. Does map have an add stamp now? I don't think it does. No, it does not. Okay, undo. So add stamp now we need. That's going to come in and just say map.addStamp like that. And now I think add stamp we can get rid of. Okay, add stamp now we need is because it has UI related calls, begin update and end update. Map sort stamps by Z order. Just calling that. End update, we're going to do that. Map. Okay, that's it. Sort stamps by Z order. Excellent. So now the code for stamps layer is really more almost entirely UI centric, and it's dropping in terms of size. You can see that's the essence of it, which is nice. Okay, let's go back over here. So we got send it back. So we actually have to execute essentially these calls to send it to the back is what we have to do. So I think what we need, I don't think we need a Z order. I don't think we need one descendant to work with of the base stamp absolute value command. I think what we need here is two descendants. Bring to front and send to back. So let's do send to back first, like this. So there's my send to back. No, wait, hold on. Undo. My Z order command is here. Prepare for execution. It's going to save the Z order. The activate undo, it's going to restore the Z order, and then it's going to call map. Hold on. Hold on. Let's. Holy cow. When we change the Z order, I think we're changing it to everything, every single stamp. Let's look at this a little more closely before we do anything on this. This could be harder than I thought. So when we call sort stamp by Z order, we order them, and then we change the Z order of every single stamp. So that it's essentially normalizing the entire file. Wow. That means we are going to need to save every single stamp, not just the selected ones, the Z order, to do an undo, if we keep this code. And I'm kind of feeling like we keep it. Let's look at the insert stamps. We're resetting the Z order. We're calling insert stamp. Insert stamp actually will change the Z order if it has no Z order. I'm kind of feeling like my implementation on this, while works really well without undo and redo, I feel like it's definitely not optimized for undo and redo. Part of the problem is this code is written this way so that we kind of have a normalized Z order, so that whatever the order is of items in the deck or the layer is, the one at the bottom is going to be like 0, and the one at the top is going to be n-1, where n is the number of stamps that are there. I like that, using integers for the Z order. And it solves the... You okay, Fred? Okay, good. Fred's okay. It solves the problem of what happens when there are ties and which one comes first, that sort of thing, because you're not going to have, over time and editing, a whole bunch of elements with the same Z order number, which then how do you resolve those ties? So I like resolving the ties anytime we make a move up or down, and then we're done and everything's got a unique number. One of the options I'm considering right now is changing Z order to a double instead of an int. And then if we have a tie, we just change the number up or down. That way we don't have to change all the other Z orders of the whole document. But that's going to involve some work, and it may be fraught. It's a high-risk proposition because I think it's fraught with bugs. It's got to be very careful coding. So I think I'm not going to do that.
7, where are you? We need your help.
I have.
Jimmy 7.
Lady. Merkin Bushwhacker. McLovnuts. Unicorn.
I'm a eunuch.
Delivering a world of hurt.
It's a new explosion, kids. Hard to scroll. Fred feels good about it. So I think what I'm going to do, I think you're going to, folks who, I don't know, I'm a little squeamish going in both directions. I'm going to avoid high risk, what I consider high risk, and I'm going to instead go with save the Z order for the entire deck. That's what I'm going to do. Save the Z order for the entire deck and then restore it, and then I'm done. It's just saving a little more data, and since we're talking doubles anyway, and we're talking about a machine with loads of with gigabytes of RAM, I'm not even worried. It's not even going to be a measurable, noticeable impact, and it's safer. So that's what I'm going to head down. That's the path I'm going to head down. So let's go back to our Z order command, and instead of going through selected stamps, we're going to go through, map could be the scroll one to show. Stamping is wild. Map could be the scroll one to show. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Juice7. So let's go into, we're going to iterate through map. Uh-oh, prepare for execution. Needs an additional parameter. We need to send the map in. Let's go look at this. Here comes map. Map. Coder is going to take me through every place. Map. We still got some calls. So right here you see it says null, but it should give me a chance to go in and update that as well. And now I'm going to paste that in. And now it's suggesting it everywhere. I'm just hitting enter. I can just hit control enter as well to accept them all. Okay, so now I've got my prepare for execution with map. By the way, that's CodeRush's add parameter. It's huge in terms of saving you time for making this change, adding parameters to methods. It is so efficient. Okay, next we need to get to here. Let's go take our Z order command, move it to its own file. And now we want to go, when we prepare for execution, we want to save the value. We want to go from map dot, and I think it's just the stamps property. Is that right? Yep, that's it. That's all the stamps. And we're going to basically go in for each one, and we're going to match in, save the value of the Z order with the stamp properties GUID. That's what's going to do right there. Just going to bind the GUID to the value using this dictionary right here for the undo values. Okay. Next, then when we activate the undo, then I think we got to do the same kind of thing where we have got, we're going through map stamps instead, like this. Okay, so that's my activate undo. We're going to go through everything in the stamps, and we're going to just reset it. I think that's going to work. That's my undo. My activate redo, which is going forward, is going to change depending on what I'm doing. Getting a call from Rory. He gives me a 3, 2, 1. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I've reached the end of my main day and now to the fun bit.
See these micro expressions on my face, Rory?
Vaguely?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's me after, like, you know, finding out that we lost our Twitch connection like within a minute of starting the show almost.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm like, you know, I'm not trained enough in debugging this. Noticed we had a number of other problems with regard to refresh speed, was taking a long time. I'm just like, still, I can't shake it. I can't shake that from, you know, it's on me. I need a shower.
Yeah.
How you doing? You're good?
I'm doing good. Yeah. It's
Everything's
all
okay.
good at the minute.
I like that. It's good. Roy's over in the UK, kids, as you can tell by his authentic UK sounding voice, which we're paying extra for. Roy's actual voice is like this. Hey, how you doing? But
buddy.
yeah, that's his real voice. But we're paying extra for you because we want this to be a professional show. The music is excellent right now because it's a tense time on the show. We have to create we have to do a bring to front command and a send to back command. We're going to do those right now. So I'm going to come in here, class, bring to front command, like that. That's going to descend from my Z order command because it's modifying the Z order, like that. And it's going to override just one thing in here, activate redo. So that's all it's going to do. Also, we need to make our Z order command abstract, like that. Did we lose our tense music? That was it? It was because we just fixed the problem. The music is like in response. It can sense the tension in my body based on, you know, optical micro expression analysis. I've got a chip in my head. None of this is true, but it could be. There's our bring to front command. Now, bring to front, let's go figure it out. It's not really this. Not really this.
I'm just sort of thinking about how bring to front naturally works. If you've got 3 items on a page and they've got index of 1, 2, and 3, we'll assume 3 is the furthest away for now. If you bring 2 to the front, it wants to be 1, doesn't it? Which means you need to push 1 back away. So you're changing more than the index of the thing you're moving.
Yeah.
You're also changing the order of the other things that remain.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. That
sounds very complicated.
Well, that's what we're doing now. And that's why our Z order command is we had to add a new property for prepare for execution. So normally we work on the selected stamps, but what happens here is we're taking the Z order of everything and saving it in the whole document. That's what we're doing. Because I was shaking my head like, oh, could we do this more efficiently? You know, because it's kind of like, I'm not a big fan of the command holding in, n number of doubles based on where n is the number of stamps I have in the document. Like if I could have 1,000 stamps in a map, that means for my undo, I've got 1,000 bytes to support it. But
I mean, theoretically, you don't have to store all of them, just the ones that change as a result of the command. So in that instance where we had 1, 2, and 3 before, if you're bringing 2 to the front, then 2 changes and 1 changes, but 3 doesn't, does it?
Yeah. So what we could do is
There's an optimization for the future, perhaps.
Yeah, we could. So in our prepare for execution call, after that we call. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Prepare for execution. Here, we call redo. We could add a call right here after first execution that allows us to then do a diff and to do exactly what you're talking about. Because the problem is we aren't going to know what's going to change until after we do the actual effort, right? So then we could do a diff here.
You say that. Surely it's anything with a numerical value between whatever you have and the 0/1.
Okay.
If it's deeper already, if it's further away, we already know that that's not going to be affected.
This is my mind being blown, Rory. I can't do it. I can't do
Okay.
it. It is deep. No, it is affected. If I'm taking something, whatever, at the end and putting it at the beginning, everybody else's Z order
Oh,
is
absolutely.
advanced.
In the maximum case where the thing you're pulling to front was already at the back.
Yeah.
If it wasn't at the back, it's only the things between where it was and where it will be that get affected.
Yeah, I think that's true. We could consider. So let me just say this. But I do think we needed to have an after process where we do the diff. That's kind of what I feel like. I don't feel
At
like
the very least, we can use the simple algorithm first, get it working, and then decide to optimize later.
Boom! That's why you're on this show, Rory. That's why you're here. Sorry, is that too intense? Is that too much?
I'll take it.
You lost power with us yesterday, is that
I
right?
did. It suddenly went very dark. At that sort of time, it's winter here in the UK, and it's not very light in the evenings. And it's sort of around 6 o'clock, I think it happened, and I was just left in the dark. There were street lights outside, but that was it. My phone with my 4G connection going, the power gone.
Okay, so this is potentially a way out of this. I don't know. And Rory, I think Rory's he's got an argument where he's saying, well, you know what, in our prepare for execution, we might be able to figure it out. The problem is the data we need isn't here in this call to be able to figure that out. We don't know it here. So we're just kind of, going to take advantage of the hierarchy here. There's the Z order command, bring to front. Let's bring this over to its own file, and let's implement it and see if we can get it to work here. Bring to front is here, and this is the code we do. See what's happening? We remove all the stamps.
Yep.
We sort them by Z order. Then we add the stamps.
Yep.
Which the process of adding the stamp, so this normalizes all the Z order, and then this adds. So that's what we're going to do. We need that over here. So in our bring to front command, it's going to be, we don't need any of this. It's going to be this. And this needs to be lowercase m right there. Wanadza says, grab the index, get high or low from that logic, just edit the affected preps. Yeah, I think I'm feeling what both you were saying, Wanadza, and what Rory's saying. Yes. And I'm not doing it right now because I'm like, I'm a little grumpy today. That's why. I'm grumpy. Okay.
There is a lot to be said for getting something to work first.
Yeah.
Make it solid, and then maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe, as it turns out, that the level of optimization that we could do doesn't really give us anything. Maybe the performance is great and the memory usage isn't that high.
All right, so there it is. Bring to front command. I think it might be done. Let's run it. That's the other thing I like about it is the code is totally based on what we started with, right? And, although we have introduced a new feature, which it brings a new constraint for success, which is, well, let's not have a lot of data in our undo stack, right? That's kind of the constraint we're talking about. Before we didn't have that issue, so it wasn't a problem, the means in which we were executing a bring to front. All right, so here we are, up and running. Let's come in and let's put some sort of interesting background here. We'll do this kind of stylized look right here. I'm a huge fan of the black rocks for the hallways. So here's we've got our room. Now let's do some Z-order stuff. I think the thing that my best example of this is chairs, table, and let's do that. So we've got, what are we doing? We're doing bring to front, I think, right? So we've got, let's drop down this, put some chairs around it, like that. We're gonna rotate the chairs so they're kind of in the right direction, like that. And then I'm going to take this and I'm gonna say,
Ready, everyone?
what'd you say?
Is everybody ready for the awesomeness of success first time?
Are you ready for one on? So here we go. Bring to front, and
Yay!
well,
That looks good.
okay, it
Well,
worked.
in fairness, no, we do have to wait for the undo to work. Sorry.
Yeah, well, but
Premature
no,
happiness.
it actually is a testament to the fact that this actually worked. Right
Did
here.
not break the things that already worked.
Here comes an undo. Hold your breath. Oh, redo,
Yay.
undo, redo, undo. Okay,
There we
let's now that's not bad. Let's kill the app.
That was my precognitive abilities determining that it was all going to be a success
Oh
ahead
no!
of time.
Look out! Who's this aircraft? Low-flying aircraft.
Low fly zone.
Check. That didn't show up on the radar. Jeez, get out of my face! You're always showing up.
Who's in the house?
Jetsam. Jetsam's here. Welcome, Jetsam.
Welcome, Jetsam.
Huzzah! All right, so that's pretty hot and sweet. And this is going to be send to back. And we've got a copy that, bring down there, change this. And I think we're just waiting on some stuff to go away. There it is right there. Let's go look at what the code does over here in send to back. It's like that. Okay, so we're going to remove all that. We're going to say execute command. Yeah, this architecture is feeling pretty good, right? In other words, the change. Sorry, hold on. Send to back. Send to back. And I just realized I don't need to have the word command on the end. That's extra. Okay.
Yes.
So now we've got our, it's just going to go out and find the send to back command class, which is here. The code is going to look like this. And we're going to change that to that. And I think that's all we need to do. I feel like we're done, right? And now send to back, it should be participating in undo and redo. We're about to start the hard stuff then. I said this was going to be hard, but since I decided to take the easy way out, where I have my the data for every time we do a send to back or bring to front is n. Yeah, the problem is right now the implementation, the reason why I can't just grab an order of it, a small section of it, Rory, is because the reason I'm fighting everybody on this is, and I showed this a moment ago, but it's inside of, look here, let's look here. Sort stamps by Z order goes through everything in the document, and it changes the Z order of everything. Right? Okay. So not only are we sorting by the Z order, we're then normalizing it as well. So we'd have to change this code.
We would. We'd have to give it like an upper and lower limit
and
to the affected items.
Yeah, and look at this. This is map. Look at where map modifies the Z order of its. It also does it in add stamp. See this?
Yep.
Insert stamp. Okay. It's.
Can we see that insert one again?
Yeah. Hold on. Insert stamp. So if the stamp we're inserting has no Z order, then we set it to the start index wherever we're putting it.
Oh, interesting. So we can find ourselves in a situation where multiple items have the same Z order too.
Yes. Yeah. This code is meant to stop that from happening, but it will change items outside of the range we're affecting. So the implementation works, but it's not the most optimized, efficient implementation of Z order.
Sure, yeah.
And I think for now, because, you know, I'm not going to have millions of items on here. In fact, I think most maps will have hundreds, and having a few hundred bytes every time in the undo stack, every time I go up or down, change the order, I'm totally fine with. I'm totally fine with it from a memory.
I don't know, can the memory of your PC handle that? Yeah, of course it can. We have good laptop.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not bad. Okay, let's jump back over here.
We're not writing this on a Spectrum ZX81 with every single byte counts.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm saying nice. Your ZX51 reference. All right. So let's come in here one more time. We're going to come in here. We're going to grab the texture that we want. What kind of a neat texture can we do? Let's do this. Get a little snowy texture, and let's put some stuff on here. Let's we'll do the table chairs, and we'll drop some items on the table, I think. Is that fair or no? What if we did... I think I want to do something else. Let's do this. Let's go to books. Because books are kind of flat-looking things. I'm just going to stack some items up here. We're going to play with the ordering of these kinds of things, like this. All right. So like that. That's what we have. We have our stack of items like this. So if I take this one, oops, I kind of have to really more overlap these to really do a good test here. Kind of looking like this. So now if I take this one and I say, whoops, this one, bring to front, and then I take this one underneath it and say bring to front, and I do undo, undo, that works. Redo, redo, that works. Now let's send that one to back. Let's send this one to back. It's back there. I guess we'll move it a little bit like this. Now let's undo, 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 undo. I think it's working, Rory.
I think it is working very nicely.
Send that to back.
It's smooth.
Send it to front.
It's
undo,
correct.
undo, undo. All right. We're getting...
no birth issues.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Undo, 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 undo. And then we get to there, where I drop them. Can't get past it because we created them. Okay. Now, ready for the hard stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Hard stuff goes like this. I drop something on, and now I hit undo. I want that to go away. When I do redo, I want it to come back, and I want it to have the exact same GUID that it has now.
Gotta have the same identity, otherwise the things that follow further in that redo stack
Yes.
won't know to apply to this item.
Right. So for example, if I come in and I say, okay, change the hue, and then I say undo, okay, undo, and then undo one more time, I'll simulate it. There, it's gone away. And then I do a redo, it brings it back, and then a redo on the hue change. Well, it needs to find that same book we had before. So that's the trick.
That's the one.
I had a little bit of a dream on this. In my dream, let's go out to iStamp properties. It's right here. My dream was, let's serialize this after all. That was part of my dream.
Okay.
Part of my dream. Let's go to the declaration of it. Oops, sorry, not there. I want to go to the I guess we got to come in here. Let's go to implementers of this. Whoops. Jump to derived types. Space stamp, I think, has it. Good. There it is. So right now we've got this JSON ignore here. I'm thinking about deleting it. Like that.
Why do you feel the need for the GUID to be stored in serialization?
I don't for saving the document. But when we delete it, I want to serialize that out with its GUID. Because then reconstruction is easy. It's got the same GUID.
Right, so you're looking a little further ahead. See, I was only thinking about the GUID, whereas you're thinking about all the other pieces, all the other facts that we knew about it at the time.
Yeah.
Aren't they all default, though? In the moment of creation of, let's say, a book, is it not always the same? Well, no, I suppose there's location.
No, let me show you. Well, GUID's not. GUID, this code right here is executed.
GUID needs to be sort of added.
It's not default.
Or recorded.
It's not default. It is going to be a brand new GUID when we create a new one.
So I was wondering what would happen if you had a create object command, which was thrown onto the redo, well, not the redo, undo stack initially, and it stored three things, the GUID and the X and the Y of the item.
No,
I
it
wonder,
needs
is
more.
there anything else?
Yeah, it needs all this stuff. It needs its saturation, lightness, scale. It needs essentially this
So
thing
what
serialized.
normally sets those, though? in the initial creation of the object, what sets those?
Oh, just default values.
So that's my point. When you're undoing creation, everything is default when you redo that. If
Yeah.
you want to change the hue, that's a separate command that happens afterwards and is already taken care of.
Right, but I'm also thinking about undoing a deletion. And undoing a deletion is
yes.
is-
Okay.
is
See, this is why he's running the show, guys.
no.
He's a clever guy,
Yeah, Roy is like,
thinking ahead.
hey, Dev Express, I think I could run the show. And then they're like, oh, yeah? What about undo deletion? And Roy's like, what? I got nothing. Everything's okay. It's good. That's what you're most awesome at. That was you. Everything's okay. Whereas I'm like, grumpy, grumpy, grumpy. All right. So yeah, let's take this off. It's not going to do too much harm to in terms of inflating the file size. That's not going to be a big deal. These files are pretty small anyway. The save files are like, I don't know, 40K or something like that. So we're not dealing with a lot of data anyway. And it will help us out. So let's work on the delete first, I think. I think that's what we're going to work on, the delete. And let me just take a look at our... I think we're going to create a descendant of this, but let me see what the derived types are here. So these are all the commands we've added in the last 2 shows. By the way, we got yesterday after you left, we got align or distribute in undo as well. So it's awesome. So we can, chunk, 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 the whole thing is really starting.
Pulling the pieces together.
Yeah.
It's starting to flesh itself out really well.
Yeah, we're really down to delete and drop. Deleting existing selections, dropping, and grouping and ungrouping. Grouping and ungrouping are similar to deletions because when I group, I essentially remove all of those stamps that were on at a particular Z-order location, and at that same location, I insert a new object that parents all of those items. Does that make sense? And so, so grouping, ungrouping are very similar to delete or insert, and all of these essentially need the ability to create at some point the item we want to do. So, and I think it's going to be a descendant of base command is what I think it is. So let's copy this. Let's create a descendant of that. And we're going to call this stamp restore command. I don't know. Stamp restore base command, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. And I think it's just going to store in it a new list of, what is it, iStamp properties? No, it's a list of strings. Because that's how we're going to serialize the data. Let's do this. Let's start implementing it. We'll make this abstract, I think, but let's see what comes across here. We have to do activate, redo, undo. Well, actually, I don't really want any of these, I think. Maybe undo. I think we also need the Z-order insert position here. Base command has something called, it's got data. It's got data. So we could use data to hold that, that insert location. So I think activate undo looks something like this, just roughing it out. It looks like this. If data is, oh, by the way, yesterday, remember how you were like, Mark, you've got a class called double data? And double data, all it does is hold a double?
Yep.
Mark, look at this. I've got an alignment data descendant of it. This happened yesterday. Because we needed to do everything that it did, but we needed to add some more values to it. So once I did that, that kind of made the, if we tap the next reference on it, it made this code on data change pretty sweet. Because this is called whenever the data changes, And let's see, hold on. Let's find the other override. I feel like there should be one more override in here that we're going to find. No? Come on. If data is... Hold on. I know there's another one of these in here somewhere. Where is it? That's what I'm looking for. Base command. Oh, that's what I just wrote. Here it is. Absolute value command. Oh, I do it just in the redo. Okay, so I do it there instead of in the ancestor. Interesting. I could probably move to there on data change. Anyway, that was saw use and found use for it there. All right, let's go back to where we were. Okay. Like this. And now we need to deserialize these guys. What do you think, Rory?
I'm just following along at the moment.
Deserialize stamps, and we're going to pass in the stored stamps. Or, I don't know, we really need to pass it in because it's already got access to it. Deserialize stored stamps, maybe that's better. Stored stamps like that. And then we need, this is really similar to our bring to front command, where we're kind of doing this kind of code. I think it's going to be along the lines of, we don't need remove all, we don't need sort stamps by Z order, we need, actually it's not bring to front, it's send to back is what I think it is. There it is right there.
So, just to double check, we're currently constructing a stamp restore base command, which is going to be a base command sitting immediately underneath the delete. So that when the delete is undone, it will recreate the things that were deleted.
Yep.
Yeah? And it has this functionality in common with a couple other things, which is possibly the recreation of a group that you ungrouped.
Yeah, I just realized we have another problem though. When we insert the stamps, we need to insert them in the correct Z order. In each one, I could have several selected at different Z orders.
Yeah.
And when I delete them,
they will potentially have nothing in common about their Z orders.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see what add stamp does. I want to go look at that for a second. It has no zero, so it's stamps.add. So simply just calling add, this is just add in the generic right there, yeah. So we can add them and then sort by Z order is what we could do. Sort stamps by Z order, yeah. And then it resets all the Z orders. I kind of almost don't want, this is kind of making me uncomfortable. Because let's say we had a Z order that wasn't normalized. It didn't go from 0 to n minus 1. The act of deleting and then redoing would then change the Z order for everything going forward.
Yeah.
The numbers would change. Visually, it would remain the same, but the numbers would change. Whereas we wouldn't be in the exact same spot because of this normalization. I almost feel like I want to extract this into its own method called normalize Z order and explicitly call it from those places that are normally calling sort stamp by Z order.
So effectively the finished state of almost anything that messes with Z order, so something that adds, something that subtracts, in its forward moving version will also have normalized it, meaning that the natural state of the Z order will be everything is unique.
I'm sorry.
There won't be any two items with the same Z order at all.
Yeah.
And therefore, because that's the natural state, it is valid to return to that on the undo step of something that equally affects that.
Yeah. So let me do this. Let me fix this first. So we're explicitly calling normalized Z order from the outside. Right here. Like that. Do it here. Do it here. Oops. Oops. Do it there. Do it here. Better. And I think there was one place where we weren't finding it, and I think that's because we have to declare it in a in an interface. I'm just building now to check to see. There it is, right there. So let's go look at this and duplicate that. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so now we change iStamps Manager. So now that's a little bit better. So now I can sort by Z order without impacting, without doing any normalization if I choose to. Okay, back over to where were we? I think we were here. Stamp restore base command. Okay. So now the question is, do I want this here? I don't think I do. Activate, undo. I think I want it to look like this. I want a for each here. And then I want to say insert stamp, Z order, stamp properties. That's what I think I want. And then I want to sort everything by the Z order without impacting or changing them. So the Z order, this, I don't even need this anymore. I was thinking that would be the position in which we're going to put them, but I may have multiple positions. So we're just going to let those things go right back in the same Z order they were in. Do I also want to save the Z order of everything? I don't know.
It's a sledgehammer approach. It would work.
Well, I'm already using it in the other ancestor class. In the other class we just built seconds ago, the activate undo in like bring to front. It's in the Z order command, right? It's just basically goes in and restores everybody's Z order right there.
Yeah.
What happens if it's not there? Boom, we got a breakpoint. Okay, cool. If we have any weird stuff happening, we should get in here if we don't contain the key. I'm wondering if we might need to do that. I'm wondering if we might need to descend from Z order, override activate undo, and call it as well after we're done. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's think about it. Hey baby, how you doing? How was your pre-K music class?
It was very fun today.
Okay. Okay, we get it. It's fun today. Roy thinks that's funny. Okay.
I find it hard to believe that any music class involving Karen wouldn't be fun.
Yep, that's true. It's only fun. All right, I'm sorry, Roy. I was just like going off on that other tangent, and I'm now back.
You were trying to figure out, should you store and restore all the Z orders?
Yeah, and I'm
regardless,
kind
like
of
we
like
are in the other one.
I'm kind of thinking we take a chance and don't do it, even though I like the brute force attack to it. And let's make this. Yeah, let's declare this deserialized stored stamps, and let's come in here. Let's do a PTOV. Prepare for execution. And here we want to serialize stamps.
Mark, I've had something of a thought. Imagine you have 10 items on screen and they've all got different Z orders, so they're going 1 through 10 because we've done a normalization.
Okay.
And imagine that you pick 3 of them, you highlight 3 of them, and you delete them.
Yeah.
These 3 are not in a contiguous sequence. Because of what we've said we will likely do, we would then normalize the Z orders of the remaining items,
Yes.
closing those gaps. How then do we reverse that deletion and put the 3 back in the right place?
That's what I needed. This is how. We're going to descend from Z order command, and in our activate undo, we're going to call base right here. And we just fixed the bug. Yay!
Yeah.
Well, I claim it. I claim it because look, in the activate undo of the base, we restore all of the Z orders. In the prepare for execution, we save all of the Z orders. Okay?
Right.
So we're going to call prepare for execution right there. So that's going to save all of them.
Okay.
And then we're freaking done. So serialized stamps, we got to do that. We got to implement serialized stamps. And
That's
we got
largely offloading to the JSON library though, right?
That's right. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Call in the serialization expert. Someone else.
I think it's going to look like this. Yeah, I'm not remembering the serialization code. You know, you think if I'd done this enough, I would know it, but I don't. Let's clear this. We're going to say stored stamps.add, and we want to pass in, what is it? JSON converter. I don't remember. JSON.serialize. Somebody help me.
Yeah.
I'll take IntelliSense, I'll take Rory, I'll take, there's newtonsoft.json, let's do that, whoops. .json.serialize, is that what it is? Serialization.
JSON convert.serialize object.
That's in Newtonsoft, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what namespace it might be in, because that'll be the thing.
JSON convert.
There you go. Got it.
Gives me a string. That's what I need. Like that. I think that's it.
Yeah. We'll want to deserialize as well, but
It's right below here. I think that's going to work.
other than that, I mean, it's, you know, that's looking pretty good.
This is trickier because, hold on, let's go up and do a new type qualifier on that. There's some sample code we wrote somewhere out here. Let's go find it. I'm going to tab today's reference. Let's see here. On the stamps. I'm looking for the stamps.
This was the J object stuff? Or J something object?
Well, I thought we had it.
They're a little lower than... You hit the previous one. Is it lower than that? Couple shift tab back?
No, it's not hitting as many as I thought I was.
Because it's in the flyweight area, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of in
That's
the flyweight.
just below where you are now. There you go. J object, 2 object, line 861-ish. Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, get flyweight of T. Maybe I'm calling through to it. Maybe that's my problem. I'm trying to figure out the stamps, the decision between a stamp or a stamp group. I think the fastest way to find this is to go look at stamp group and do a tap-to-nix reference on it. And look for a place where I've got conditional creation based on it. Here it is. This is what I'm looking for.
Okay.
So I've got a serialized stamp coming in there. Uh-oh. I'm forgetting this. This derives from this. No one. This is how we save it. We need to save it this way. Because the stamps that we've got out there in the outside world, the stamps and stamp groups are big deals. They have UI level big deals. They have UI level access that we don't want to save or we don't care about. They've got images, all kinds of things. We don't want that out there. Hold on. Prepare stamp for serialization.
Although interestingly, whilst you can totally go that route, we're not saving this information out to a file. This is going to stay in memory in our undo and redo stack.
Yeah.
So to some extent, it doesn't matter what implementational details we choose to store. It's certainly more optimal if we don't.
Well, here's the reason why it's important. In the code we were just looking at, go back to it. This code, create stamp from. This checks the type name that's stored out there in the serialized stamp and is able to reconstitute a group.
Fair enough.
Oh, shoot, though. It's high level. Hold on, though. How do we get to this? Reconstitute stamp. Let's see where else this is called from. Stamp group, base stamp, reconstitute stamp. Is this called... I'm hoping, yeah, here we go. Map.reconstituting stamps. On add stamp. This is when I'm adding a stamp from reconstitute stamps. So this it's tricky. This, I think, is the key. I think. Yeah, I think what happens, let's go look at this one more time. Yeah, here we go. This calls add stamps, add. So it's adding at the end, but not inserting it. Okay, so here's kind of where our problem is. We need to insert it, not add. Does that make sense? Reconstitute stamp. I almost want to say.
You say that, aren't we going to we're going to sort the Z order out afterwards, and therefore, won't that fix that?
Yes, I think you're right. Hold on, let's go back. Go back. On add stamp.
I mean,
Yes.
technically, it would be nicer if we could. It would be less, performance intensive. But at the same time, let's see if it actually is a problem.
It's going to work. In fact, I've got reconstitute stamps where I can just pass in a list of these stamps right here, like this. And this is just the list of stamps we're adding to, I believe. And that's needed to send out to the on-ed stamp right here. So we can kind of go from the map past the stamps in so that it gets back out. It's one of the event args in here. Are we using it? Let's see if we're using it. It's the second parameter here, reconstitute stamp. That, oh yeah, because we're calling stamps.add. I think we're good. Base stamp create from. Okay, so we need to get to this state, serialized stamp. That's what we need to do in our serialization. So that means that back in wherever we were, I keep forgetting it because I've got it in the wrong, I forget the class name of the one we were in. Let's see, let's go get some help from Code Places here. And it's not found. Okay, that was because it was global history. We're out close in this space here. There it is, stamp restore base command. Let's get it to its own file. So it's a little easier to find in the future. So I had a couple problems getting out to it. This needs to be a list of serialized stamps. That's my contention. Is that right? Is a serialized stamp just has the data? Yeah. Well, no. Actually, no. It can go back to strings. Hold on. We can go back to strings, but the strings are going to be of type. We don't want to do this. We want to convert. We want something like this. Serial stamp is equal to. Can we do? Is there like a serialized stamp dot from call? Wouldn't that be awesome? What's that? Sweet! All right, that's better. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, cool. So now we've got
We can
serial.
use that to replace the line under, well, part of the line underneath. So that's what we add, essentially.
Yes, we're adding serialized stamps in each one. So then we want to come in here, and then we want to say this is equal to JSON convert serialized object stored, deserialized object stored stamp, and can I do this on it? I think I can. And now I've got my serialized stamp. And then I want to
Something
call.
doesn't feel quite right there. In your serialize, you are getting a serialized stamp, but not doing anything with it. You've still got that JSON convert serialized object.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I want right there.
Doesn't that replace
That's
there?
perfect. Good job.
Now you're serializing a serialized stamp.
Hold on, Rory. I'm getting communication from Dev Express. What? Rory can run the show? What? Sorry, no. Breaking up. Can't hear you. All right. So I don't know what that was. Sometimes the Dev Express Black Ops security team, they're monitoring the show carefully to make sure nothing secret is revealed. By the way, Roy, we're working on, we are finally implementing Mark Miller's crazy spec number 79, which has been a spec for about 2 years now. And we're going to be doing it now. I think devs have finally calmed down. They cooled their jets on it. It's super interesting. It's one of these things where theoretically, so this is the cool thing that physicists get to do that we don't really get to do is they get to live in theory space for a while.
Yep.
And then they get to try it out, right? Or something after, maybe years sometimes, right? And usually we have much faster theory test cycles. But
Sure.
with this, it's been in theory for about 2 years, but it's essentially theoretically a significantly faster way to move the carrot through the code. And I want to try it. And in other words, it's been here for a while, and I want to actually, test it out and make sure it is in fact going to be worth it. It's look at the cutie! Look at the little cutie! Such a cutie! It's so cute! It's such a cute little. I just want to oh, look out! Look out, Pyrocat! Look out! Get him! Good job, Pyrocat! Got the back overlay needs initialization again. That's happened twice.
Little known fact: apparently lizards are fireproof.
Yeah, gotta take them out. At least Fred is. Fred, the lizard.
Fred is a special form, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, you're a bendy keyboard typist. I am.
I've tried using those before. I cannot get on with them.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, let me tell you something. Every year, the Oscars have overlooked me, right? For 50 plus years, they've overlooked the performance. I founded the Mark Miller School of Acting. Okay? I founded it. You'd think I'd get like a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Oscars.
Isn't there some kind of rule, though, that your media has to make it onto a cinema screen?
Every area.
Hi there.
Life.
Look at this. Here comes little cutie right here.
Overkill Productions goes into every area of your whole life. Do you know that?
Do you want to see the new dice explosions?
Yeah.
They're so cool. Hold on a second.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Here they come. Hold on. Here comes Check Wild
This-
Magic.
Oh, we have this instead of an actual date night. That's awesome.
I was the one who asked you for date night. You want to go on a date
You wanted to
tonight?
go the day
we-
that my friends arrive. He wants to go. Not the 3 weeks
this-
before. We
this
haven't
is-
been on one date
This
in
is
3
Karen.
weeks.
Here, watch right here. Watch. Isn't that fun?
Awesome.
It's so fun.
It's better than a
Do
date.
you want to hear it when it goes?
No.
It's really fun.
I play the show.
Hey, can I say something?
I'm on the show.
This is me. Hey, I really want to date on our anniversary with you. And she's like, I got friends coming. Sorry.
You haven't asked me on a date in 3 weeks, but you have great die rolls, but no dating.
I asked
you have
you
to
on
make
a
some
date
tough
a week
choices.
ago. A week ago, I said it, and you're like, woo,
Tonight is your last night before they come in.
All right, you want to go on a date tonight
Yeah, that would be awesome.
with me? Even better.
I didn't
Even
think
better.
I didn't think about that.
Even better.
Wait, why are we
I'd
talking
offer
about the
that as an
Oscars?
option.
Because, when somebody's fanfare plays, sometimes I do a little, I give them a little taste of the Mark
Oscar
Miller School of Acting.
Accepting speech.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a friend who won an Oscar.
Oh, that's right. I have
Marshall Carr won for shorts.
I could say the
Neighbors
same
Winter.
thing, except for I have no friends. So
But you're friends with somebody who's friends with somebody who won an Oscar.
that's true. I'm friends with you. That's right. Right. All right, kids. Bye-bye. She's leaving us. Cody Gorilla. Cody Gorilla's there.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even see you, buddy. I'm glad you're here with us. That's not my hand. What are you doing, honey? All right, Mark Miller School of Acting. Okay, look for a university near you. Okay.
So we were serializing, and I was just about to ask you if it was necessary to serialize a thing which claims to have already been serialized. Line 28. Or am I just misreading the nature of serialized stamp?
Yeah, serialized stamp is an object that has the properties we need to restore it, including the ability to
Okay.
support children that are also serialized stamps, so we can serialize groups.
So what you're saying
of
is the
groups.
code is perfect the way it is in that particular instance.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It is. It's good. Well, I think it's good right here. Yeah, it looks good. So deserialized stamps. We're in this space now. Now at this point, I think we need to call. I think it's based on what we were just looking at. Map. Sorry, hold on. We need map in here. Deserialized stored stamps. Where is the call? Call is here. We need to add a parameter. Let's pass in map. There's map. Now we need to come in here, and I think we call map dot reconstitute stamps
Yeah, that sounds right.
like this. So I think we're gonna do this after this. I think it goes like this. We're gonna create a new list of these,
Mm-hmm.
like that, and we're gonna say our I guess we'll just call it, for lack of a better name, serialized stamps, like that, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to say this dot add of that, like this, and then down here we're going to say reconstitute stamps, and we're going to pass in map dot stamps to it.
Looking good.
Could that really, really work? If that works, then do we no longer need
You don't need to return. Well,
to
do we need
return a
return
value?
it?
I think we no longer need to do that, and we no longer need to do this. We just need to do, I think it's this, Rory.
Yep. But we do still need to call deserialized store steps, which is minimal by comparison.
Yeah, I think that's the code now. You want to review it, or you want to just take a chance? Oh, well, we still need to create descending classes. Go ahead.
We are in the stamp restore base command, and we are going to post deserialization. We're going to sort stamps by Z order. Then we're going to activate our base class undo. Does that have also a call to sort stamps by Z order? Do we need two? If we're undoing a Z order change command, yeah, probably isn't appropriate to call to sort by Z order then, is it? So, fair enough. Looking good. I recant all previous statements. Well, the last few anyway.
I think and feel like there's a chance it's going to work. I think we might have a problem with deleted items not being in this list of saved values, but I haven't really thought about it. So I don't think it's a problem, but it might be. All right, we need to create descendants of this. We need to make this abstract. And now we need a class called, I think I'm going to call this one delete stamps command. Like this. And it's going to descend from that.
Yep.
Let's implement it. And all we need to do is the redo on it. Because I think everything, prepare for execution, it's going to save all the stamps. It's right? All we have to do is just delete, I think. Delete them.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think we have to do. I think it goes like this. Map dot remove. Shoot, we've only got, we have remove all stamps. Oh, it takes a list of stamps. Perfect. I think we should rename that. I think that's it. I think our delete stamps command looks like that. I think it's that simple. Okay, let's test it out. Let's go over here. Wouldn't it be awesome if this actually works? All this debating and arguing.
I would go with my usual stance, which is that this looks pretty good, having gone through all of that, and I reckon it's going to work really well.
Yeah, I did too once we get done. Delete stamps executed. Selected stamps clear. Okay, I think we need to do this. We need to say execute command, delete stamps, and then we have to call selected stamps.clear. Shoot, we want to do that before we update the UI. We've got this problem of inserting this. Let's go drill into execute command, see where we can find that. Place to put that. and we get down to here. It works on stamps. I'm going to solve it like this, guys. You may not like it. The problem is we want to clear in the forward direction, but not in the backwards direction.
Right.
After, what if we did this? This is kind of what I'm feeling on this, Rory.
I don't think that's too bad. I was envisaging something worse, wherein you were going to check the specific command, which felt like a bit of a bad way of doing it. But obviously, this is at least abstracting the conceptual thing you want to do,
Yeah.
and then being able to state on any given command what that is.
Yeah, it's putting it in a base command, but I'm kind of okay with it. That means then in our descendant, in our delete, we want to do this. Then we can come back over. Let's get out of here. I drilled in this. Just going to hit escape to get out of here. Then I think now this just becomes this. Let's run it.
And that's that wonderful moment in each of our commands where we have eliminated almost everything except the will to execute it, which is good.
I switched to the action genre to make it more dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for this to start up. Here it comes. All right. So, should be able to drop something down. Let's change its hue. Let's resize it. Delete. Okay, selection did not clear. All right. Now I hit undo. Oh.
Did you actually remove the ignore from the serialize of GUID?
I did, but we aren't transferring it over. Hold on. We're not transferring it over into serialized stamp.
Right. Yes.
Transfer properties. We got base transfer, base stamp properties, serialized stamp. Okay, this needs to go up above, I think. Let's jump into base. Where's my GUID? I don't see my GUID here. Base stamp doesn't have it. I think base stamp needs to add it. I can jump out of here. Well, we can go to serialized stamp. Actually, let's consider for a second. So base stamp is not going to have that. Let's look at the descendants of this. Whoops, not declaration, sorry. Drive types. Does stamp have its own GUID property? Is that where we're adding it? Not here. Base stamp has it, which stems from base stamp properties, but base stamp is on a different. See, notice base stamp and serial stamp both descend from it.
Yep.
I think I got to move this up to base stamp properties. Like that. That's what I got to do. Okay, so now I've got those transfer pieces there. I think we got a shot of this working this time. All right. Drop it. Change the hue. Resize. Delete. We still have this problem.
Yep.
Why is that working? That feels like it should totally work. Undo. No. All right.
All right.
So what do we got here? What's the good we're looking for? Get stamps. So that's what we're looking for. C3B. Stamp goods. Wait, it's the same. Wait, X stud. First stamps. Oh, it's in the
Finding
stamps
things in
property.
Stamps, which is
Oh.
empty.
Where are we? Oh, we're in map. What's our call stack?
Normally when we're doing this, we're restoring from a load. And don't we deserialize all the stamps into a giant stamps list first? And our delete will have removed it from there,
Yeah,
but we haven't put it back.
yeah, it's kind of what I'm feeling on this. And I think that I guess I want to hold on. I'm just slightly distracted by this. Why isn't that working? I want to just set a breakpoint there so I can look at that. Yeah, I'm almost thinking that we could fix the fix for this is actually okay to basically say, hey, are you there or not? Let's do this. So we're going to say that, and then we're going to say declare local. Like that. And then we're going to only add it if it's not null. Like that. So, in other words, not have an error is what I'm thinking. Let's just see what happens if we run from here. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to change this to first or default.
Yeah, Coding Gorilla saying exactly the same. Well done.
Yep, Coding Gorilla, we got you. Yep. Good job. All right. What is happening with my back overlay? Oh.
I was just noticing that whilst the drones are working fine, all of those coins have lined up again.
I'm not happy about the situation. Dragon back overlay is waiting for player data to be initialized. Somewhere we must be switching to a scene that doesn't have the dragon back overlay on it. And it's getting to that point. And then it reinitializes itself. All right, let's see if we run from now. Whoa, I think it worked.
That's
Undo.
That's good.
Undo. Now it's not adjusting this like crazy. The selection's not changing at all. Now if we select it, redo. Dang, come on. Okay, here we go. Clear selection.
We're effectively emptying the selected stamps, but not telling the UI to update on the basis of it.
I think this is the problem. I need it here too. I think that fixes the original delete problem. I think that's the problem there. All right, so I'm a little bit lost here. Undo, undo, undo. So there's the original drop. So now redo, 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 delete, undo. We need it selected. Undo, 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 undo. Redo, 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 redo.
Pretty good.
Undo, 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 undo. Yeah, it is looking pretty good. Good. Okay, I'm feeling way better. I think in our undo, we need to select, just so we're clear on this. So if I delete and I undo, I need to select. I want to change this and kind of reuse it here is what I'm suggesting here. If we're clearing the selection afterwards, then when we restore, we want to reset the selection after we're done with the undo. The undo for
Well, now that we have items with genuine identity, is that not almost a universal thing about commands?
well, it's a no, I don't think so. But it is about commands that change the selection. So this is a command that changes the selection before and afterwards. So its undo here needs to select the stamps. I wonder if I can select it from map. I don't know if I have map the ability to do that. So let's come in here. Let's delete. Let's undo. Here's my undo. Does map have anything to allow me to select stamps? Nope. All right, I'm going to give it something instead. And deserialize stored stamps. Is this what selection? Oh, I shouldn't have stopped it right there. I wanted to see what selected stamps are. The deserialized stored stamps, these reconstitute stamps. On add stamp. Let's follow this through. Stamps.add. My question is, should I add a property here that says yes, selected? The problem is right out here, selected stamps is really high. It's like, I think it's in, yeah, it's right here. I think what I want is I think I want it, the code. I think really the way to worry about this is inside of here. I want to say sort stamps by Z order, selected stamps.count. Wait. No, that's not needed there because this is just going to sort all of them. And then I want to say select stamps by GUIDs is what I want. And do I, stored stamps is a list of strings, deserialized stored stamps. I think I want a list of GUIDs to return from here. And I want, so it's, my idea is we're going to get all the GUIDs, bring them back, and then we're going to return them here. Then we're going to sort the stamps by Z order. Then we're going to pass those GUIDs in to select them. Is what we're going to do.
So you kind of need a save, save selection, store selection, which is essentially just record the GUIDs and then use them.
Yeah, so we'll say GUIDs restored like this, and then we're going to come in here and we're going to say GUIDs restored.add, and we're going to pass in the serialized stamp.GUID. It's as if we built this to work. And like we knew what we were doing. We're going to return it here. One of my favorite code rush right there. Refactorings is convert to function. Just
Do you
use
like
it.
that?
Yeah, it's just really fast and easy. Then we're going to come in here, use one of my other favorite code rush features, which is declare local, like that. And then I'm going to do this. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, okay, declare the method. Boom, that's it right there on the map. Select stamps by GUID. And now I think I want to create an event here. Let's create some event args first. So we'll create an event args descendant, which is going to be select stamps event args, like that. And we're going to say we'll have a auto-implemented property called stamp goods. Like this. And let's create a special constructor for it, like that. So we can get those in there. That's assigned. Sweet, that's our select stamps event args. Let's throw that into its own file. Let's go back over here into map core. Let's create a new delegate. And we're going to call this the select stamps event handler. And it's going to get accepted into select stamps event args. Let's create a new event. And this is going to be select stamps, I guess. Selecting stamps, like that. Let's create an event trigger for it. Actually, maybe I don't need it. We can just jump back to where we were. Selecting stamps dot invoke. This new select stamps event args, passing in the stamp goods. Like that. Semicolon. Select stamps by GUID. Then we need to just handle the event. Let's go look at where we're hooking up this. Look up map events. All right, so map dot selecting stamps tab. There it is right there.
You recall you mentioned, I think yesterday, that you had done something weird with your webcam, and you were looking for it to find out whether it froze at any point.
Oh, it
your
just froze.
keyboard's working fine, but your webcam has frozen.
Oh, thanks, Lori. Look at you. Let's see if we can recover it. At least it's not as frequent as it was before. There's my side view. There we go.
And you're back.
Back. All right, I got a breakpoint here. Let's run it. See what happens. Yeah, this feels like the right architecture.
Yeah.
We're having to work harder to keep things separate, right, from the UI and down low, but overall,
It's worth it.
it's way better code. All right, here we are. We're up and loaded. Got some bones and candles on here. Changing this, and now delete. Good, clear, selection's cleared. Undo. Activate undo. I think we're okay. Run, and then we should get our other breakpoint. Sweet. So now we can see we've got EA dot stamp goods.
Scroll just a little further down now. There we go.
For each in that, for each GUID in there. Now I want to say, well, I guess the first thing is we want to say stamp selection is what I think it's called. Nope, I guess it's selected stamps. There they are, right there. So selected stamps.clear.
Mhm.
And then we're going to say selected stamps.add. Let's drop a marker here. I want to see where else we're adding. Update stamp selection. I was looking for that right there.
Gotcha.
Ooh. Yeah, I think we just need this. Like that. Update stamp solution at the end. So we need that. So we're going to say this. Then we need to say map dot get stamp from good. Dang. Well, we can still do it. Like that. Just declare it. Oh no, I don't think the editing continue is going to like this because we're declaring in a low-level DLL. And just generally, it's like generally get a method not found problem here. So okay. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Edit continue doesn't like it anyways. There we go. We're gonna break out edit continue for a second because we had the other problem we were likely to run into. I think that's it.
Get the stamp from the good. We add it to the selected stamps. Iterate as needed and update stamp selection.
It's kind of
Should
cool.
Be pretty good. I should think that'll work.
The cool thing about this is in 3 shows, right, over 3 days, we have essentially fully implemented undo and redo. We're only down to three more things that we need to do. And these
It's
are
nice because we've gone through different classes of problem, okay, but they've all fit the pattern. All right, they've all got the component they need to store, the actual execution of what they want to do, and then the undo and then redo of that. It's very nice.
yeah. It's there are all kinds of different levels of complexity with these that we've dealt with and addressed, and every single one of them is, from my perspective, arguably a realistic kind of thing of what you might expect, realistic example of what you might expect. All right, so I'm going to drop this down, make some changes, hit delete, undo. Here comes the selecting stamps. I'm not checking to see if this is null here. I should probably do that. Just, you know, to be cool. And if it's null, I want to know about it. I want to do a system.diagnostics, whoops, debugger dot break. That's what I want to do to get out here. And then otherwise we're going to add that stamp from good. All right, so let's look at this. Good, we got it, we found it, we selected it. It should be it. Update the stamp selection. Is this going to work, kids?
Do we see a restored item? We
Look
do.
at that. Look at that. Although I'm in a really weird mode here somehow. Let me just click over here, pick another
Is that
one.
because you...
The mode is restored and clicked. I'm wondering if it happened because we had a breakpoint. All right, so let's try one more time. Let's undo, redo, undo. Sweet. Let's try it with two.
pretty good.
Try it with 2 items now. That's undo all the way. Let's go forward. Okay, undo here. Let's drop another one of these down. And let's select both of these and delete, undo, redo,
Nice.
undo, redo. Okay, good. Next one I think we want to do, which is very similar to this, is adding a new stamp. So I want to be able to undo dropping a stamp. Oh wait, do we have this problem? If I hit escape now, oh, we got a problem. This is the same problem before. It's a state problem. It thinks we're still dropping. I'm hitting the escape key, as you can see in the video there. That escape key is not clearing this mode. To clear the mode, I have to come over and click over here and then hit escape, and now the mode is cleared. Well, just says thumbs up. So we need to figure out the state mode. So there's something else going on that we need to call here. It's not just update stamp selection. What the heck is going on in update stamp selection? I thought it was just building the hide the tiling controls, add selected stamps for floating UI, update stamp selection UI.
Well, that's the thing. It is updating the stamps in the floating UI. We don't really feel the need to do that for this, do we? We're doing the sort of non-GUI driven version of the function.
Oh, you're right. It's here. I think we need this, is what we need.
Yeah.
Let's try that. All right, so I'm going to hit delete. I'm going to hit undo. And let's change it to this call instead. See, that's what we want. I think that's it. And now we don't have, oh, but are we floating? What happened there? Undo. Hold on, let's try it. Let's try it again. Delete, undo, and move the mouse. I think that was just a because we're hitting the breakpoint. So I delete this, select, delete that. Now undo, undo.
That's looking good.
Uh-oh. I got a second one just showed up. Look at how the shadow got really dark.
Oh.
How did that happen? I'm now redoing undo. Roy, I'm so sad.
Oh.
I'm sad.
That was looking really good, and then what?
Yeah, I was like, I thought we were done. I kind of want to run it one more time. I want to reset the state and try to duplicate it.
Yeah.
I want to see if we can figure out what's going on.
Okay. Fresh window. New toys.
Go to magic. All right, so click, delete, undo, 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 undo. It's undoing twice. I think, or it's requiring 2 undo hits. Control Shift, Control Shift, Control Shift, Control Shift. It's like it's adding 2 entries. What? How is that happening?
Have we implemented something that is happening both in our base class and in our derived class?
I do.
It doesn't need to be.
I think I've got a theory at this point, and my theory is that we are executing an undo, and the data is 0 elements. I think here's my theory. Let's go find delete. Oops, delete stamps. I want to set a breakpoint here and see if we get this twice or once. So I want to just verify. So I've got this selected. I hit the delete key once, only once. I hit undo, and then I hit undo again. Nothing else seems to happen. I do redo. There's once. And redo again. Redo again. Well, I should actually put the breakpoint here. Take a look at what that command is coming back. All right, so undo, undo, redo. What's my command? It's delete stamps command. Selected stamps 0. Stamp GUIDs, I've got a GUID in there. I don't understand it. Undo and redo work right here. Let's do this. Let's drop something else out here on it. And here's my delete. There's my undo, redo, undo, redo, undo, undo, undo. This all is exactly as I'm expecting. Redo, undo. Undo, 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 redo, redo. Undo. All right, hold on. Let's get the second one in here. So we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, delete, delete, undo, 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 redo, 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 undo, 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 undo. Why is it working now? And then we get to a point, but this I think is an okay one because this is related to I think this is related to the dropping of, in other words, we don't have a piece related to dropping. I'm going to run with this like I think it's working is what I'm going to do. Okay. And because I want to add for the dropping of the piece, the adding of the stamp. So I want to do that. So that's the next thing I want to do. Looks like you got to leave, Roy.
It does look like that. But got to give it up for the progress so far. I know that last little bit there wasn't quite so enthusing, but I think you're right. It's possibly something to do with our expectations around the dropping vis-a-vis the delete. So you sort of you create your items, you go and you delete, and then you reverse the delete, and then there's a creation of something happening, but that's not done with our command pattern yet.
Yeah.
So there's something we're misinforming our expectations to some extent.
We might be. We'll take a look at it. Thanks so much, Roy. We'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
We will indeed. Okay, mate. I will see you then. Have a good one.
Bye. See if I can find add stamp, how we're currently adding stamps. Add stamp at last mouse down. So add stamps is different. Actually, it's different from what I was thinking we were. The delete is one thing, but the adding stamps is something different. I think we need well, we're going to be able to get rid of add stamp now because it just does this. Get rid of that. Okay, so we need some data. The data needs to hold essentially an iStamp properties. Okay. Okay. So I think it's going to look like we need something similar to this. So I think it looks like this. Execute command, add stamp, like this. And then the object data is going to be a new instance of stamp properties data, and it's going to take that new stamp in it. All right, then we need a base command descendant, I think is what we need. Comment that out right there for now. Drop a marker so we can get back to it. Let's go find a base stamp command. This is add stamp command. It's going to send from base stamp command. We've got an activate redo and activate undo. So quiet in here today. That's true. It is pretty quiet today. Well, yeah, Rory just left us, and Shirley Dev isn't with us, and Will's not with us today. Will kind of went on to other things, and Shirley Dev I think is taking a break, and he's going to be back in, I expect, with next week, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? So yeah, you're right. It is quiet in here today. So let's see. Activate redo. This is when we need to actually insert the stamp. The code for that is here, like this. So that's going to select it. And I think we need to come in here and say, hey, if data is stamp properties data, what's happening here? That looks right. Oh, sorry, it's this. That's my problem. Okay. And then, Oh, sorry, I need to put both of these like that. There we go. Okay, so we're going to add the stamp, and then we're going to select that stamp by its GUID. That's what Activate Redo does on it. We also want to do a protected override prepare for execution. And no, wait, actually don't. I think we don't need that. I think we can simply do it here. Wait, hold on. No, wait, I think we can do it. It's going to look like this. If it's that, then we're going to say, hey, stamp data.stampproperties.guid. We want to save this out. Stamp GUID is equal to this. Let's declare that as a field. Okay, sweet. Then in our undo, we want to delete that stamp. So we're going to say map dot delete remove stamp. But it looks like that. Do we have a get stamp by GUID? Get stamp from GUID. Stamp GUID like that. Okay. If not null, then we're going to say map.remove stamp and do that. So we dropped one in, we undo, we remove it, then a redo. I think that's going to work. Let's see what we got here. Add stamp command. Let's move that type to its own file. And let's run. See what we got. My username, Frank. Why is there an alien? That's no alien. That's Fred. Right, Fred? Fred's good. Fred's just watching us out here, watching us write code. We made any mistakes today yet, Fred? Fred's not sure. Frank, good to see you. Glad you're with us. Yeah, it's quiet. It would be a lot noisier if Coding Gorilla had the fanfare that he deserves. But no, I've not delivered on that yet. Because, you know, to be fair, I moved to a new house. All right, let's try this now. Now, if I drop this on, I should be able to hit undo. We should clear the selection. We're not doing that yet. Now I should hit redo, and it should come back. Nice. Undo, redo, undo, redo. Okay, so let's actually now start dropping in a number of controls. 1, 2, 3, like that. Number of stamps like that. Now hit undo, undo, undo. Why did that move there? Undo, and then redo, 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 redo. Undo, undo. Oh, I guess that was a move. Yeah, it was a move. So redo, redo, redo. Undo. So the undo on the add stamps has got to clear the selection is what it has to do. Can I clear the selection from here? Undo, redo, redo, undo, now needs to clear the selection. I don't, whoops, that's not what I want to do. Add block delimiters. Do I have a clear selection? Sweet. That's what I want. See if that works. It didn't look like it cleared the selection. Set the breakpoint here. Actually, let's not. Let's just double check it. Undo, undo, redo, 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 undo. Should clear the selection. Why aren't you doing that? Undo. Should clear the selection. Clear selection is not what I want. That's for tiles. All right, let's stop a second. Let's give this a better name. And now I want this to just be clear stamp selection like that. Let's implement it. Looks like I got a bug here. not running. Control dot. All right, let's report the bug. All right, kids, for some reason I'm hitting control dot to declare a clear stamp selection, which isn't here, doesn't exist, and it's not working. I'm hitting control dot right here, control dot, all kinds of control dots right here, hitting the code rush key. Nothing's happening on that, and I do not understand why. I can make other changes to the code. Now it works. I had to change the file. Interesting. Not sure what's going on there. I'll send you my log files. For folks who don't know what's going on right now, I'm actually, we are live dog fooding Code Rush. And I just found what I think might be an issue. And we'll say no action menu until file change. Check the logs. That's what I want to do. There it is right there. And what this does, that command in the chat room is now going to send an email to our devs and with a link to the show and this point in the show. They'll work on that, and that's going to be good, right, Fred? It's going to be good. All right, so clear stamp selection. Let's go now and declare that. I'm going to fix that bug. Hopefully find it, get some sort of details from the log files as to why it wasn't showing up. By the way, if you roll back about 30 seconds prior to the point where this starts, devs, you'll see that I had just finished doing some edit and continue, and then I killed the app. I hit Shift F5, I think. You can check my keys presses over here by looking at the keyboard. See what I'm pressing while I'm pressing. Okay, clear stamp selection. Now this, is it going to be an event? Select stamps event handler. I think we can do it with this, is what I think we can do. We're calling select stamps from good. So I think we can just implement it like this. I think that's our code. I think that's it. Let's run it and see if that works. All right, here it comes. All right. Drop. 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 And let's delete that actually. All right. And now undo. There it comes back. Oh, that's okay. It's my fault. I should add this code here. Okay, undo, 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 redo, redo, redo. Nice, and it's selected. Undo, nice. Undo, undo, redo, 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 redo. Undo, 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 undo. Wow, I think it's working. It feels like it's working pretty well. Well, I wanted to test the delete with the Z order restoration. Let's look at that. We didn't actually test that. Here, we'll drop some books on the desk. Let's go get some books. We need to make sure that works. Let's drop a book. Let's drop another book. Oops. Another book like right about there. Let's take this one, make it a little bit bigger, bring it to the front, like that. So this is on that book. And Let's put another book on top of it. Like that. And so we've got these 3 books here. Let's do another one like this, another big book in here, like that. And let's put another one here on top of it. Okay. So now what I want to do is delete both of these 2, these darker books in the middle, delete, and now undo and hope they show up right where they should be. Exactly. Okay, good. We didn't test that, and now we have tested that. So delete, undo, redo, undo, redo, undo, redo. Good. Undo, 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 undo. Now the other test is let's undo all the way to the beginning, and now redo all the way back out. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, because I deleted them. That's good. That's totally where I wanted to be. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Change. Let's just play with this a little more. Change the color of the book cover. Like that. Undo, 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 undo. Okay, we have essentially 2 minor things to fix and change with undo and redo. One is grouping and ungrouping, which is a little tricky, but I think we can do it. And the second one is what happens if I'm dragging the slider on the color shifters right in here. Each time it updates, it's adding a new entry to the undo stack, and I want to fix that. So it's it's just one change rather than a whole bunch. If I start hitting Control Z right now, it's going through all the colors we just changed. So I want to fix that. I want the interactive mode to not record undo entries. See if I can fix that right now. Somewhere in here, I created a start interactive change here. And I've got a stop interactive change. Let's just set these breakpoints here and here, make sure they're being changed as we're expecting. So we're going to come in here, do this, click and drag. There's the one, run it. Really? Why am I getting this up? Oh, is it because, hold on. Let's run it. It might be because we switched away. Let's try again. Yeah, I'm not going to get it till I lift the mouse, and now I lift the mouse, now I get it. I got it before because we switched over to Visual Studio. Okay. So we know the interactive change ID is hue on this when we're doing this. The next thing we need to do is we need to, whenever we're updating, which is in the timer, execute command, hue change. I think it's here. And I think it looks like this. If interactive change ID, is that what I called it? Yeah. If interactive change ID is not null, and then I think I need something else here. I want to say last command change ID equals, I want to set it equal to this. This is not quite the order of the sequence, but I want to do that. Let's declare this right here. So the first time through, we're going to do that. And the second time through, I think we're going to check to see, hey, if the last command ID is equal to the interactive change ID, then instead of putting another entry on the undo stack, we want to pop what's on the undo stack, I think. We're going to pop it because we're about to replace it. It's the same ID coming through here. So now, if interactive change ID is null, then we're going to set this to null. Last command change ID is null. I think this is the code. There's one more thing. We need to clear last command change ID in what's it called? Stop execution. Execution. Let's find the beginning one. Start. Interactive change. Sorry, that's what I was looking for. Stop interactive change. Right here, I want to set this to null. I think. And might as well do it here. Well, yeah, we don't need it. It's overkill if I did there. So we're doing the same one. We're just going to pop that undo stack before we put a new one on it. I think that's going to do it. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so now we're kind of pink, and we're going to drag it. We're kind of orange, green, and we're blue. And now I'm going to release. Now hit undo. We should go right to pink. Okay, it was like there was like a second weird step in there. It's like a 1. See right there? It's off by a bit. 2. Redo moves it just by a bit, and then there. There's something extra in here. Could it be, hold on, let's try again here. Let's just see what happens. We're in blue, we slowly drag it all the way across to orange, and then undo once, goes to red, blue. I think our logic's wrong. Undo, 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 undo. Let's reset all color mods. One more time. Undo, undo. The reset all color mods. Undo, undo. It's like there's a second one in there. I'm not quite sure what's happening on this. I do want to simplify this a bit in execute command. Hold on. That should not have any change in behavior. Undo. Yep, there's that extra one in there. All right, I'm gonna think about that. I'm like, I'm at a point where I'm kind of like a little bit like, I think we were probably a good place to end it. We'll figure out, do more tomorrow. Should finish this up. We'll get grouping working tomorrow, and any last other final touches, because I've noticed also I've got reset and paste as well. So those things are things we might want to also add into the undo redo stack. We haven't done those yet. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see who else is streaming out there. And we'll send you off to another of the live coders. Insafluff. Send you an Insafluff. Say hi to Insafluff for me, kids. Glad you're with us today. Hopefully you enjoyed some stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow.